We are playing Snatcher on the sega-cd. If you enjoy this stream, please consider donating on streamlabs.com/Johnny Massacre, patreon.com/Johnny Massacre, or paypal.me/give me a hell yeah, and I will really appreciate that. Okay, let's go.
With the start of this year's Kyoto Summit just 3 hours away, the delegates from the participating countries are beginning to arrive at the conference center. A major poll of domestic and international opinion carried out just last week shows that the vast majority of respondents favor a complete quarantine of Neo-Kobe as a means to combat the risk of the Snatcher menace.
So much foreshadowing.
Now that the chief's death has been confirmed, it won't be long before they strip us of our junker authorization.
They will be deciding how to handle Neo-Kobe at the summit in just 3 hours.
There are rumors that they're going to use nukes on the city to make sure the Snatchers are wiped out.
Damn.
That's ridiculous. Come on, this is the 21st century.
That may not be as improbable as it seems. The world's leaders are extremely concerned about the Snatcher problem.
The chief was going to calm this hysteria in his speech at the summit, but that'll never happen now.
3 months ago, government pressure on junker operations increased dramatically. Gillian's transfer here was really our last chance.
Our own chief was snatched. It's not too surprising they don't want to trust us anymore.
I've heard that the Army and FBI are going to take over operations now.
That's correct. That too will be officially decided in 3 hours' time.
3 hours, eh? Is there any way we can find their hideout in that time?
If we don't, we and everybody else in this city are finished.
As far as they're concerned, we're just like a cancerous
Answer
tumor that has to be cut out.
8368
We have to hit the
says, "What's
Snatcher's
up,
headquarters before
Cuzzy?"
then.
Gillian, can you do it?
If we only knew where it was, I should be able to manage something.
Hitting their outposts like Queen's Hospital won't do any good. We have to find their main nerve center.
What about the memory of that snatcher who was impersonating the chief?
Just like the others, it was completely blanked. It's a form of self-destruct mechanism that they use.
Wait a minute. Mental. What about tracing that video phone call from Jamie?
It was no good. The call didn't last long enough. Still, it definitely did come from within the city.
Damn. Where are they hiding?
Gillian, can't you remember anything at all? Didn't Jamie say something that implied you were somehow connected to the Snatchers?
Nothing. I can't remember a damn thing. Metal, I want you to tell me everything you know about me. Why was I sent to Junker headquarters? Where did I come from?
Gillian.
Metal, the chief's dead. Tell me everything you know about me.
Well, you see...
Metal!
All right. With the chief gone, you are the highest ranking officer here.
You knew all along?
Of course.
Where were we rescued from?
3 years ago, you and Jamie were taken into protective custody in the Siberian Neutral Zone by the 17th Siberian Investigative Force. More precisely, you were discovered in cryogenic sleep pods in an underground bunker near Moscow.
Cryogenic sleep pods? You mean they were frozen?
This is a photograph of the bunker. There is no record of when you were placed there. In addition, the third pod was empty at the time you were discovered.
There were 3 pods?
You were revived and taken into custody by the Army. Apparently, as a result of the extended sleep, both of you suffered from complete amnesia. However, another theory suggests your memories may have been intentionally erased. This is the only piece of evidence found at the site.
That's Harry's picture from when he was a kid.
Is that Dad?
That's correct. Harry is Gillian and Jamie's son. It's been confirmed by DNA tests.
Oh,
Harry? Harry was my son?
Using the
This is fucking genius because Harry's way older than us, but it's because we were in
7060 says this act is very short.
Hey, man. Well, Arthur, what's up, cuzzy? This is fucking amazing because, man, how good is that? Yeah, it's a B-movie plot, but they're so good. So the guy who's our son...
7060 says, I told you about this photo, lol.
Bro, he's our son, but he's older than us, so you'd never suspect he was your son, but it's because we were in cryogenic sleep. He's us. It's so clever. I wonder if they ripped that off from somewhere else. That's too good. That is.
Milkatima Kesting says howdy.
What's up, Milkster? Milkster, since you wanted this so much, here I am.
Information gained from the photo. It was established that you are Gillian Seed and your wife, Jamie Lorraine. Both of you are American citizens, born in the late 1960s.
The 1960s?
In addition, both of you vanished without a trace in 1989. There is no other information available about you after that.
1989?
Yes, you come from a world that's been gone for 50 years.
But what does that have to do with the Snatchers?
When the 17th Special Investigative Force was bringing the two of you out, there was an accident. Though the two of you were all right, most of the 17th was killed. One of them was a Snatcher. Of course, before their departure, they all underwent thorough examinations. So, if one of them was snatched...
It had to be somewhere in Siberia, right?
That's correct. And in order to attempt to determine the origin of the Snatcher, as well as your true identities, you were assigned to Junker headquarters. The hope was that exposure to the Snatchers would help you regain your memories.
Moscow? 50 years ago?
Almost everyone who was in Moscow at the time was killed in the catastrophe.
So Gillian and Jamie are the only living witnesses?
Harry was my son. Did he know?
No, it was highly classified information. He was never told.
He never knew.
I was never able to do anything for him.
This is fucked up.
Wait a minute, Gillian. Didn't Jamie say something about taking a boy hostage?
That's right. They must know about Harry and are using him to threaten her.
We have to find their headquarters quickly.
We've only got 3 hours.
Gillian, let's think this all through again. We may get some kind of a hint out of it.
You're right. There may be some clue in the way they're operating.
All right, let's go over what we know about them.
Man, I'm getting confused now with this storyline. They must know about Harry and they're using him to threaten her. Harry's the engineer, my son, who is dead. So, but she doesn't know he's dead. It's probably, yeah, so they're saying we're going to kill, they say that's your son, we're going to kill your son if you don't help us. So what, they're not telling my wife, Jamie, that our son that they recently revealed is a thing to her, is actually dead, and they're threatening to kill him even though he's already dead to manipulate her. Is that what it is? And so the catastrophe was in Russia. What was it? That was an explosion, right? But then there was a virus after that. And for some reason, me and my wife, Jamie, were the only people there, witnesses, the only people who survived. Why the fuck were we in cryogenic sleep? And then why the fuck are we now working as junkers? It said if they put us in close proximity to Snatchers, the memories might come back. So that's how we got involved. But there's always been some link with Snatchers since the beginning. It's getting fucking confusing, man. But yeah, let's keep going.
Kim North 7060 says correct. Kim North 7060 says yeah, you will find that out later.
Okay, let's just... Okay, first of all, what's the Snatcher's weak point? It's the brain. And Chin is still alive, right? Wasn't he the one who's kidnapped Jamie? And so the police chief, right, he was going to go to the Kyoto Protocol and he was going to help snatch. He was going to snatch some people and then spread Snatchers around the world and take over the world. Well, now the whole world knows the police chief was a Snatcher, or is it only the FBI and the army who know he's a Snatcher? Because they're saying they're going to nuke the city. That means the plan's in tatters at the Kyoto Protocol, where they're going to snatch people, world leaders, and then when they go back to the country, use that to take over the world. If they're going to nuke the city, that means they know about it. So does everyone know about it, or is it only the authorities that know about it? Okay, what's the Snatcher's weak point? Love the tunes. Got to sample this, man. Infrared rays. Yes, it's ultraviolet, isn't it? Yeah. .250 to 350 nanometer range is responsible for causing the cancer. That's the reason why they're so limited as to when they can be out. They only come out at night in the middle of the winter and wear sunscreen. Even then, that's the method that Gene used to figure out what the Snatchers were up to. Who's Gene? Oh, that's the guy who was that's Katrina's dad, right? Right, the destruction of the ozone layer. Remember that BS? Actually had a benefit for us humans. Ha ha ha. This game is the best narrative-driven game I've ever played in terms of getting you to remember who the characters are. It's like there's no other game where I remember who they are as much as this one. It constantly reinforces it, but in ways that seem clever and natural. And now this recapping is so good.
ᴘᴘᴛ7060 says correct. It's also the best Kojima game.
By far, mate. May I ask your age? So it kills them, but they can use it to mess up radio transmissions. Okay, that makes sense. It's like a powerful thing. Unstable element.
ᴘᴘᴛ7060 says, what's your Discord? I can share my Snatcher game collection.
Cool, yeah, let's do that, actually. Let's do that. Okay, boot up the Discord. Wow, look at my face. I'm a creature of the night. I've gone back into night mode. So it always starts off in day mode when I reset my internal clock. And now, just because of coffee, it's slipped back into night mode. Woke up at like 1:30 today, just looked like a wreck. Absolute wreck. Mate, Gary Von Merbach, OG Von Merbach found us on the Discord. Beast mode. Perfect. Okay, so. Okay. I paste it. Bro, what state I'm in. Here you go, mate. You can join there.
Johnny Massacre says, link.
around the river. It's been cleared out of other areas because of the danger it presents. So that means their base must be somewhere in the inner river, right?
7060 says, cheers, I will share that with you.
Thank you, mate. Yeah, no. Your comment yesterday on Karl Marx and like your history as a programmer and stuff, and I don't know, you're obviously a smart person. I like smart people. That is a fair conclusion. They are probably somewhere near the inner river. Is this a reference to Fahrenheit 451? Whoever made the game, they obviously read the book of Blade Runner, right? You know, the police station where they're taken over by replicants. It's in this. The police station or the Snatcher, the unicorn, the Junker station is taken over by the Snatchers. It's Blade Runner and it's Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, basically. Protected by the Snow 9. Accessible to the tube liner and near the inner river. We must not forget the 3 photographs we found the Snatchers with. All of them were related to the Soviet Union before the catastrophe. It's just neo-communist shit. Map of Moscow. It's like, what's that? It's like the fucking Red Square or some shit. It's absolutely Russia. I don't know if it's also Moscow. Okay, it is Moscow. This is like in Blade Runner where they just require memories in order to function. Without them, they basically die. That's what Tyrell, the creator of the Replicants, said. So it's just, I mean, I just love the way this is a Blade Runner fan fiction kind of parallel universe. Emotional based, yeah.
In other words, this homing instinct thing of theirs has led them to set up their headquarters in some place that reminds them of home or their creator.
What part of this city is like Moscow?
WR
Moscow's
says,
really
the
cold,
Discord
right?
is Massacre
They get a lot of
Uncensored.
snow, don't they?
Johnny is a good person,
Snow?
I think.
No
The views
snow
in
has
there
been
do not
recorded
reflect
in
him.
Kobe in several years.
Thank
Well,
you.
then that's not it.
Wait, what about that pollen? That crystal bioengineered stuff, Snow 9.
Now that you mention it, wasn't it snowing on Jamie's video phone call?
That's right. Their hideout has to be somewhere close to the Ina River.
The Ina River flows for miles around here, Gillian. We could never search it all in time.
Gillian, let's look at a map of the areas investigated so far. This is an enlarged view of the southwest portion of the city around the Ina River. This blue area is that in which Snow 9 is present. Now I'll superimpose a chart of the abandoned tube liner tunnels. From this, we can establish those areas with Snow 9, which are accessible by subway tunnel.
Damn. Nice try, but it's still too large. We could never cover it in 3 hours.
Don't give up so fast, Gillian. What about that image of home thing we were talking about? Maybe there's some kind of geographic similarity. Maybe the same view can be seen or something.
Put it over it.
Map of Moscow alongside.
What's this?
Look, the rivers are exactly the same shape.
It's an artificial
Moscow
river.
River over here.
It looks like we're on the right track, Metal. Show us the location that Jamie and I were picked up from.
All right, right here.
Metal, before the catastrophe, what was at this location?
The headquarters for the entire Soviet Union, the Kremlin.
The Kremlin? That Snatcher said something about taking Jamie to their Kremlin.
Metal, what spot in ᴘᴘ would match up with the location of Moscow's Kremlin?
But why is the same river in both cities? What the fuck?
Calculating. This is the spot. It's presently occupied by an old church. It's rather large, but reports indicate it's been abandoned for nearly 20 years.
And it's right in the middle of the Snow 9 and subway area.
That's it! That's their headquarters, their new Kremlin.
Gillian, let's go!
Wait, Gillian. I want to go with you.
Sorry, Mika.
Hey, I'm a junker too, you know.
I know, and you're a great one at that.
So take me with you then.
You head to the summit to warn the delegates. They haven't given up, you know.
The summit's in Kyoto. I'm not going to be the only one to run.
You've got to convince them not to use nukes on ᴘᴘ.
We found their hideout. There's no need now to sink the whole island.
Yes, but...
It's a tough job. Can you do it?
Okay, Gillian. I'll do what I can.
Thanks. Thank you, Mika.
Don't say it, okay?
Let's go, Gillian.
Gillian?
Yes?
Uh...
What's wrong?
How about dinner sometime?
Dinner?
Yeah, you know, dinner.
Mika.
Not interested. I thought it would be nice, you know, to kick back, relax. It's Christmas after all.
Christmas, huh? I'll be back by then.
Gillian, we have to hurry.
No!
That's a promise, right? I heard you.
Yeah, okay. But I gotta go to church first.
I'll see you soon then.
Okay, Metal, let's go.
Bro, this is the best game of all time. I really want them to get together. And also, the characters are so good, it makes everything work, even with the silly storyline, right? That's at the base. It's like that in movies as well. You forgive the weird things in the story because you love the characters. But also, like, the religious references, it's Christmas, I gotta go to church first. Like, this game's fucking amazing, man. Man, we got the babes. This is it. I'm confused about something. So they're going to nuke it, maybe. So that means they know that the chief was a Snatcher. Is that the case? If so, why the fuck are they still going to Kyoto? Because there could be other Snatchers who are going to complete the plan of taking over the world by assimilating them on the way back to their homelands. Why the fuck would they even come now? Or do they not know about the chief and they just want to nuke it anyways because there's Snatchers here? Can someone let me know what the hell's going on? It's turbo time.
Gary Von Mabach 8651 says, hey Johnny, hell yeah, low to mercy. Gary Von Mabach 8651 says, hey Massacre mates.
Hey.
Bravia says, hey Gary. Milkatima Kesting says, what the hell is dimmer?
Huh? You asking me? Gary, what's up, OG Von Mabach? I saw you on Discord, mate. We'll take it from there, bruv. We'll take it from there. Gary, are you also in the well, we'll get to it. Gary, let's chat on Discord like in about an hour and a bit, yeah?
Kim North 7060 says, yeah, that's why I forgive Kojima for stealing a lot of other people's work with this game. He took other people's work and made it better.
Beast mode.
I've input the map data on the Kremlin's locations. Lift off.
Here we go, cuzzy. Mate. Last stand in the church.
Flight configuration. Now gaining altitude.
Jamie, please be safe.
Gillian, please keep in mind that we're working with a strict time limit.
A 50-year debt in 3 hours. Snow!
Snow 9, to be specific. We've entered the Snow 9 region. Please put on your breathing filter. Direct inhalation is dangerous.
We get some wicked
Alright.
mask. Come on.
Radio transmissions will also be impossible from this point on. Understood?
Mate, crossing the threshold. No return. Gillian Seed. Let's do it.
Conversion to hover configuration complete. Gillian, we've arrived.
It is a Christmas game, isn't it? Yeah. It feels like this game, the narrative was just done by one.
8651 says tried to donate at Streamlab. It doesn't allow me to change my card. It has my old card.
Oh, thank you. Oh, put the new card on it then. Update it and we're ready to rumble like Apple Crumble.
Kim North 7060 says definitely is. It's set during Christmas period.
What was I about to say? Lost my train of thought. Yeah, I feel like one person wrote the narrative, one absolute boss. This doesn't feel like death by committee. You know, when you have a committee of people and there's shareholders, and the ideas have to go through so many layers and then it just gets watered down and lost. It feels really cohesive. Back then, the teams were much smaller, right? And I could just feel the narrative. It was one expert they brought in and he just absolutely nailed it. It really feels like that. It really feels like that. Do you know what I'm saying?
All right, now opening the door.
What's wrong? Won't open?
I've scanned it, and it's not locked. It is probably rusted into place.
Not surprising. After all, our friends always
Kim
go
North
in and out through the basement.
7060 says okay, I have joined your Discord,
Let's
Neo
push it
Dev.
together.
Nice.
All right. 1, 2.
Milka Tima Kesting
Three.
says howdy SRH.
What's up, SRH?
That got it?
This is the greatest game ever. Look at it. Dude, I can't, this game is actually, it's one of my faves. I got a thing for point and clicks. This is before the, what do you call the point and click genre before you were pointing and clicking? It's the same thing, but it's text. They were all like this at the beginning, right? Milky, let me know if anyone deserves the text-to-speech privilege. Those things pray to whom? No doubt their creator. This is now we're getting Japanese, cuzzy. I love games with crucifixes in. It's just, there's so much.
Yvonne Mabatch 8651 says tried to change it but doesn't have that option. Milka Tima Kesting says it's just an adventure game. Kim North 7060 says digital comics, they called them more text-based adventure.
Text-based adventure. I used to play MUDs, multi-user dungeons. I loved that back in the day, so this ticks that box as well. There's definitely a way to change it, Gaza. Anyone want to help Gaza to change the card on Streamlabs? Definitely in there, Gaza. Metal Gear. This person is no doubt the one. This person is no doubt the one the Snatchers worship as their creator. This guy, isn't that rat? Oh my god, it's him. One moment, I'll compare the picture with my data on random. So why was he saving me? Obviously, I'm a snatcher. This is the horrible thing. I've got some gun in my mouth, and you're so gonna see it later.
Milkatima Kesting says, just sign out of Streamlabs and donate as guest.
But then you have to log in with a YouTube or your Streamlabs account, right, Milky? Now there's an added layer. Because if you scroll down, you can log in with YouTube. If you have your YouTube login, you can do it that way. But you have to log in with something on Streamlabs.
Gerivon Mabach 8651 says starting a new job today, waiting to hear from them.
Oh, mate. I'm glad the work's coming in now, mate. At one point, it was a bit sketch earlier, right?
Milkatima Kesting says no. I always donate as just a guest.
My mum said now you can't do that. You have to log in with something. And I logged onto it and it was the same for me. No? Yeah, it's asking me log in. Yeah. I click on do it. Or is there a way to change it? It says log in with the platform. There's no option for guests. Don't have an account, sign up. Log in with Kick, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch. Forgot password, log in with platform. But are you telling me with PayPal? But then that's not a guest, is it? Yeah, I don't see that, Milks. I think shit's done changed.
Gerivon Mabach 8651 says they no longer have the guest feature.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so my mum said that. My mum said...
Milkatima Kesting says literally the only issue I have had is it takes a couple tries to log in with PayPal when paying.
But PayPal is your login, Milky. That's what it is. So, yeah. So if you connect your PayPal, also that's a way to do it. But otherwise, you have to... But if you just log in with YouTube, that's all you have to do. It's just... You click on the YouTube and then you auto log into YouTube. Just put in your password and then it should be smooth. Like a record groove. It's as if the pre-collapsed Soviet Union has been recreated here. I mean, this is a metaphor for like modern day society, isn't it? Communist utopia. There's another room further back.
Bradablia says, Johnny, can you send a PayPal request to him?
I actually probably could. I guess so. It's kind of a weird way to get a donation though.
Milkatima Kesting says so the issue is YouTube has his old card like on his Google profile.
But the thing is you don't pay with YouTube. You just log in with YouTube to the Streamlabs donation page to show your identity, and then you put in whatever credit card details you want. That donation page is not related to the credit card details within your YouTube.
Gerivon Mabach 8651 says send it on Telegram.
What shall I send? Oh my god, look at this. OG von Merbach. Look at them all. They're ready to deploy. Gender units have yet to be installed. Man, modern day would love this. But actually, yeah, no, the metaphor is they're monsters, isn't it?
Gerivon Mabach 8651 says correct Milky Tea. Bradwr says, when you owe those companies money everything works just fine.
Right, exactly. Oh my lord. That's top comment today. It's gonna be hard to top that. Is this how Russia's going to take over the world? Gary, try to log into YouTube via the Streamlabs link. Nice footstep sample. Oh shit. Oh my lord.
This is where they fuse the artificial skin onto the Snatcher's endostructure. First, they adjust the size of the still skinless Snatcher to the size of the individual who is to be snatched. The Snatcher's overall shape and size can be adjusted by expansion or contraction of sizing rods. Their sex is controlled by gender units, which are installed at this point. Then, the face is modified to match the intended victim by adjusting the size of the upper and lower jaw, cheekbones, temporal bones, and tooth alignment.
Just like Gibson said, that means there are limits to the size of the people that they can snatch.
That's right. The limits of the mechanism mean that they can't snatch children, the elderly, or people who are very tall or heavy.
I'm going to start calling Ansformer trays snatchers because they're basically snatching someone else's identity, right? Snatch the gender. It's snatchers. That's what it fucking is. No one's going to get this little in reference other than us. Okay, snatchers.
And this is where the artificial muscles attach.
Is it organic?
No. It appears to be coated with a type of plastic gel capable of mechanical response. Like human muscles, it creates mechanical energy through chemical reactions. And this is where the artificial skin is attached. In order to prevent...
It's just mental how much Terminator and Blade Runner added to the science fiction template. It is what it will never change now. It's amazing.
The synthetic cells, developed using biotechnological protein design techniques, from rejecting the inorganic material below, they attach it gradually over a number of days.
And this is the stuff that gets cancer if they stay out in the sun too long.
Finally, they attach body and scalp hair. The process involves transplant of synthetic hair follicles as well, so the hair will grow back if it's lost.
What about scars or birthmarks?
It would appear that they make those adjustments at this point in the process, as they would for wrinkles to simulate age.
One of them's going to be alive and jump out. Surely. It's time to pull the plug, basically, isn't it?
Kimnorth 7060 says also Invasion of the Body Snatchers, which also had a lot of anti-communist undertones.
I forgot. It's a great point. Yes, I did. That did cross my mind a bit earlier on. I mean, because it's hugely influenced by that. Hugely. But it's like a technological version as opposed to not galactic, astral. Like astral. This is technological terror. That's astral terror.
So this is where the whole thing begins. The endostructures arrive here from the Kremlin. Then they convert them into copies of their victims. And finally, they head out into the city using the old subway system.
With artificial skin maintenance being handled at Queen's Hospital.
But who's behind all this?
Gillian, look at this. There are some finished snatchers over here.
Get a load of this. The U.S. President, the Prime Ministers of Japan, and the U.K.
Damn. All the top three. They were always my top three, those three countries, from the start.
You're in here too.
Figures. They were looking to snatch every VIP at the summit.
And the last junker, you.
ᴘᴘᴛ testing says, Gary, do you not have PayPal?
Okobe.
If they were to snatch every major world leader, they'd practically be able to control the planet. Still, that's odd. With their flawed skin, pulling something off like that would really be difficult.
Chin said they had found the key to developing a perfect artificial skin.
It's
Maybe
a
they've
new
already
model.
produced it.
No idea. But the number of snatchers here makes it clear that they're up to something new.
It's a boober on the left, look.
This is definitely their nest. We should destroy everything.
Not yet. Not until we found Jamie. Metal, how much time do we have left?
The summit should have begun by now. We don't have much time. And once our legal privileges are suspended, I won't be able to help. In fact, I'll be forced to restrain you.
Off the case.
I know. If the military wants to avoid nukes and goes for a surgical strike on this facility, what would they likely use?
Probably a phased particle beam from one of the attack satellites.
Uh-oh.
A phased particle beam, huh? That'll wipe this complex right off the map.
They're going to do our job
Everything,
for us.
including the soil, will simply evaporate. The attack will leave just a large crater.
Metal, can you convince them to give me another hour? Even 30 minutes will help.
Understood. I'll try my best.
And I'll try to find and rescue Jamie in that time.
I can't transmit here due to interference from the Snow 9. I'll have to leave the area and then send the message.
All right, do it, Metal.
Gillian, don't forget. 30 minutes. You must get out before then.
I understand.
Gillian, I'm sorry I couldn't help you better.
Don't worry about it. I'll be able to move faster by myself anyway. 30 minutes should be plenty. Go, Metal.
Yes, sir.
This is actually the most underrated game of all time. I can't think of another gem like this that's this fucking in the rough. Mate, this is 1988. This is better than Metal Gear. It's more pulpy and it's more pulpy, but it's just better than Metal Gear. It just is, man. It just is. And it was way before Metal Gear. Metal Gear was what, 96? Oh man, this is fucking 8 years before Metal Gear. This is what he wanted to do his whole life. It's amazing to experience.
Don't forget, 30 minutes.
Da, 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 da.
30 minutes? Oh, this is gonna be tight. That room's the only place left to check. Let's take a look.
Wow, this is mental.
Sud00 says, Metal Gear. Sud00 says, this is actually better than I thought it would be. ᴘᴘᴛ Kesting says howdy son. Kimnorth7060 says it's more immersive than Metal Gear. It's a shame text-based adventures were not popular in the West. Kimnorth7060 says, I think it was lightning in a bottle because Polismorts doesn't capture this at all.
It's definitely lightning in a bottle. So much lightning in that bottle. Oh, we ain't fucking this up. I played enough Dark Souls games not to be overthrown by this basic shit. Clip that. For all the wrong reasons.
8651 says, I have tried PayPal and Streamlab. It won't let me update my card. When I got scammed last December, I had to change my card through my credit union. Have not been able to donate since then.
You have the new card detail though, right? So if you log in with YouTube, then you can just put your details into Streamlabs after you log in with YouTube. Okay, this time, y'all. You guys have unlimited bullets, so might as well just spam the trigger. Like, you don't even get an accuracy score. Who fucking cares, bro? We just unload on these fools. This is like the cup with the ball under it that's moving around. Like, you just have to keep your eye on it. The only thing that's gonna kill me is the shitty fucking pad with the, like, I'm pressing the button and sometimes it doesn't shoot like there. Like there as well. One thing, my main bugbear about gaming is doing the right thing and getting punished for it through jank or just conditions beyond the game. Like the controller's shitty.
Whew. I wasn't ready for that.
Sub-00 says,
They almost got
blast
me.
them.
Blast them, baby.
Let's open the next door.
What's up, Sub-0? Milk, does anyone get TTS?
Doesn't look like there's anything here. Ah!
Brr. Mate, never that. Oh, we gotta be quick here, yo. All on the right, all on the left. All aboard the... What? Oh, this is actually quite hard. Need some proper reactions. Filthy fools. Pop the dome. Pop the pineapple. It's not pineapple, pop the melon. Boom, boom.
Jeez, these guys are tough. Of course, I didn't exactly expect them to welcome me with open arms. Okay, let's try this next door.
I ain't shooting her.
Jamie, are you alright?
Garigonmabatch 8651 says, I have
Are you
DDS
hurt?
lol. Kimnorth 7060 says,
finger
okay,
on
I
me.
have uploaded
Not
on your
until the new
Discord.
Thank you.
artificial skin is completed anyway.
Artificial skin research? You?
Gillian, I've got my memory back. All of it.
All of it.
What happened? Tell me, Jamie.
They said they'd kill him. They said they'd kill Harry. They forced me. I had to help them with the skin development. They said I had to help them because the professor was ill. Wasn't getting any better. Gillian, the engineer Harry, he's our son. He's been living on his own now for 50 years.
That's
Jamie,
really sad.
I'm afraid that Harry's...
There was nothing I could do. They forced me. But I can't do it anymore.
Jamie!
The professor, he just died. He was over 100.
The professor? What? This old man?
Who's this?
Don't you remember? It's Professor Modner. Professor Petrovich Modner.
What? This old man is Modner?
He's been confined here for 3 years now, just to develop the Snatcher's artificial skin. Terrible. Doing that to your own father.
Whose father? Jamie, I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
You really can't remember, can you?
Jamie, tell me. Tell me who I am. What were we doing at the Kremlin?
Are you sure you really want me to, Gillian? It's all so awful, but if you must know, I'll tell you.
Voice acting is great.
Try to remain calm, okay?
Jamie's a babe.
56 years ago, you and I were involved in a top-secret Soviet project. It was still during the time of the Cold War. The gulf between East and West was as wide as ever. Everybody was worried about nukes. At that point, the world's armies were at their largest ever. leaders still believed that a strong military meant a strong nation. There were rumors that there would be an agreement to end the production of nuclear weapons. On the other hand, the major powers like the US began to get involved in a space weapons race. But not the Soviets. The conservative despots in the Kremlin had another, completely different idea for gaining military superiority. A horrible plan, something no one else would think of. At that time, the countries of the communist bloc were facing an economic crisis. Popular movements pushing for democracy were springing up all over. Communism itself was facing extinction. Facing pressure from the reformers, the Kremlin began to panic.
This is probably my favorite game of all time now. This is about fucking the evil of communism. How good is this game?
And that's when that horrible, childish plan was launched.
And that was the Snatcher project. Replace your enemy's leaders with puppets of your own. Then you control their governments, their economy.
And that's a metaphor for just brainwashing people and buying them out, like corrupting them, right? This is fucking brilliant. The most fucked up thing is our son, he didn't know that we were his parents the whole time, and he had pain throughout the whole game, and he felt that, you know, he had a troubled upbringing. He was all alone the whole fucking time, and yet his mum and dad were right there in front of his face, and he died in his dad's arms, and he didn't even know it was his dad, but maybe they felt some connection. Like, if that is an original part of the story and they didn't rip that from somewhere, this should be a fucking movie, dude. I could watch the whole of this without any gameplay, just all the cutscenes. I probably will.
Take over a country from the inside out.
That's right, Gillian. And to develop these robots, they assembled some of the most brilliant scientific minds from around the world. Some of them...
This is basically the woke mind virus. Snatchers is a visual metaphor for the woke mind virus, how it like takes over someone, assimilates them, and then it looks like it was before, but it's a vessel for something new that's kind of horrible and destructive, and it's used to take over more shit. I fucking love this game.
And were even brought in against their will. At the crux of that development effort was a group called the Frankenstein Project Team. You and I were members of that team, Gillian. It was a 4-person team led by the late Professor Modner here. The robotics expert was Professor Modner himself. His son, Elijah Modner, handled genetics and microbiology. For nanobiology and picobiology, myself. And for behavioral science and psychology, you, Gillian. Early development was carried out at a lab in Novosibirsk, but was later moved to a secret facility under the Kremlin.
Why the fuck were we helping them do this? And also, why is there a snatcher of Gillian? Because in order to snatch them, they have to kill them first, right? That's how they make a like for like? Or is that not the case? They can make a like for of anyone, and then it's just they have to kill the person that's the like for like to take their place. How does that work?
The Glasnost and Perestroika movements were gaining momentum, and they rightly feared for the existence of the program if it should become known. But some of the reformers did learn of the project, and they conspired with the US to block it. Gillian, you were a CIA special agent sent by the United States to infiltrate and sabotage the project.
I see.
I was CIA?
Yes, and the government knows that. That's why you were assigned to the Junker team.
What? Who am I?
Okay, so
Work
I
on
was
the
a
project
sting.
continued to go smoothly. But then, on June 6th, 1996, there was that accident. A mysterious explosion at the ᴘᴘᴛ facility spread a bacterial weapon that was under development there into the atmosphere, destroying the country and the project. Gillian, was it you? Did you set off that explosion?
What? You can't be serious. You think I caused the catastrophe?
But that's good. We stopped the commies for a while.
Somehow, during the confusion, Professor Modner and our son Harry managed to get picked up by American agents. But we couldn't get out in time. You and I and Elijah.
Modner, is he just a straight up bad guy, or is he CIA as well, that infiltrating?
In a shelter below the Kremlin, we entered a cryogenic sleep. Our plan was
Is that guy real then, Modner, or is he a Snatcher?
to sleep there until the toxic effects of the bacteria were safely passed.
Oh, I see.
And then 48 years later, 3 years ago, we were discovered by the 17th Special Investigative Force.
And then it's back on the job, bitches. Straight back to work. Fucking hell, mate. The government really owns your soul, doesn't it?
Yes, but when they found us, Elijah's pod was already empty.
I wonder if you can leave your inheritance tax to yourself, since technically you will be dead by the time you wake up.
Elijah Modner? That guy whose picture was in the church?
I mean, leave an inheritance to yourself. Because otherwise the state's going to take your money, isn't it?
The one that looks like Random?
That's right, Elijah is alive. Elijah is here and working on the Snatchers.
Who's Elijah?
Why don't you let me finish your little story?
Sample that.
Who's there?
It's been a while, hasn't it, Jamie? Ah, yes. And Gillian.
Clone.
It's me, Jamie.
Elijah? Is that really you?
Who's Elijah?
Random?
Oh, that's
No,
him.
Not quite.
So you remember me, do you? I am Elijah Modnar,
The
the
animation.
only son of Professor Petrovich Modnar. I'm afraid I've grown somewhat old and feeble since we last met, however.
Elijah, why are you doing this? Your father, Professor Modner, he passed away a few minutes ago.
What? My father? My father is dead?
Elijah, what happened to you? The
How-
Elijah I knew could never do anything like this.
I've changed, Jamie. These
How does he not know his dad in the next room is there or alive or dead or what the F?
40 years have changed me.
I can't believe it. What happened to you?
What happened to me? Jamie, do I actually have to explain it to you? Jamie, it's you. Your beauty is the cause of all that has come to pass here.
Metaphor for life.
57 years ago, I was obsessed with my research, yes, and with you, Jamie. At the time, I was still young, having just graduated with my genetic engineering degree. My father's connections got me on the team, and there, I met you. You were working as my father's assistant. Your beauty, your smile, I was stricken.
These are in a lot of this theme about corruption, eternal life, the pursuing eternal life and corruption. Yeah, you've seen it in Indiana Jones and shit like that, but there's a lot of that in Japanese media and kind of stories and stuff. There's so much of that in Dark Souls. I wonder if it's to do with the fact that, and the high suicide rate and poor mental health in Japan would substantiate this, that because it's basically a godless nation. I mean, there is Buddhism, but the Japanese followed an emperor, so they constantly were following a man, a person, as opposed to a god. The man said he was divine, but it's not the same as worshipping like an omnipotent, omniscient presence. Maybe because they have this lack of spirituality, the horror of mortality is just so much more for Japanese or greater. And so they're obsessed with these themes of eternal life and the despair of no afterlife and stuff like that. I do wonder.
I saw something in you that I never felt with women of my own country.
Racist.
You warmed my cold, young heart, Jamie. You opened me up, and I couldn't stop my feelings.
Gaijin fetish.
Elijah.
Oh, I was so happy. The political situation was crumbling around us, but every day was a joy. I gained my father's trust, and with you there watching over me, I was able to work as hard as I ever have on the project.
Bet you did, mate.
However, my happiness did not last for long.
His happiness.
Gillian, it was you. You showed up and all was ruined.
Resentful fucker.
You arrived and joined our project team.
Incel.
Far from home, Jamie found comfort in a man from the same land. Your relationship grew quickly.
Racist.
And all I could do was stand by and watch.
Will you cuck?
Jamie and Gillian fell in love, were joined, and even had a child.
Harry.
Mate, what a psycho.
Even then, my feelings for you only grew stronger.
Oh no.
Worried about me, my father tried to have me removed from the project, but I persisted. Jamie, I always wanted to be near you.
This is creepy, dude.
And then the democratic movements that had consumed the rest of the Eastern Bloc spread to our country as well. The Cold War was over. The hardliners who had pushed for its development were stripped of power and the project was cancelled. The reformers, trying to cover up the existence of such a crazed project, ordered that all materials related to it be destroyed and that we stand trial for our actions. Jamie and Gillian were to be returned to their homeland. That's about the time that I learned that you, Gillian, that you were a CIA agent, and that you were trying to pass documents on our research to your military. The country had sold us out.
He was a bad guy, okay. And his
I'm
dad.
no politician. I couldn't care less about what happened to the country. All I cared about was my research. And Jamie.
You fucking creep.
I was to lose all of that, everything. For someone so young, you cannot...
This game is great. Like, this guy's motivation is so clear, what he wants. He was dedicated to his work. He fell in love with this girl, became obsessed with her. And he wants the girl. And he lost both of them. So you can totally understand why he's doing what he's doing. This game is fucking brilliant, man.
I understand how great of a shock that was.
Elijah.
That is when I decided. I swore I would see that secret, crazed project through to the end.
Great voice acting. And also, this is similar from Metal Gear with the little boxes. This is the original Metal Gear Solid, basically. And it's better than Metal Gear Solid, narrative-wise.
At the time, the Bioroids were 80% finished. The main part...
And the fact that it's a bit cheesy and B-movie makes it better, because I don't think you can take the Metal Gear Solid story that seriously. I mean, parts of it actually were when the love interest gets shot. That was really engaging, but I think it needs a bit of this cheese, because it's never going to be an incredible kind of, you know, top caliber movie narrative. So make it a bit cheesy. It's perfect.
But their endostructure was essentially completed. But we still were having trouble with the artificial skin, the area that Jamie and I were assigned to. We called it artificial skin, but there was of course no need to duplicate T lymphocytes, Langerhans cells, or endocrine cells. All we needed was keratinized cells and melanocytes to provide the pigment. With the artificial protein development techniques that we had in those days, full-scale synthetic cell development was very difficult. Research like this took months, years. The original project called for us to simultaneously snatch an entire country. In other words, a whole nation, or an entire city had to be snatched over the course of one night. For that reason, a powerful biological agent, which could quickly and effectively kill the population of the country, was being simultaneously developed.
Damn.
Lucifer Alpha.
That's right. A type RAO11 virus which another team was developing. For someone like myself, who was closely involved in the project, blowing up the lab was quite a simple task.
Before the internet, you could wipe out an entire nation of people and replace them all overnight, and no one would fucking know. Also, how did they replace them all? I thought you have to snatch them first to replace the people. How the fuck are they getting the perfect DNA sample? It looks like they're pre-cooking the snatchers, but I thought you have to snatch the person first. Like, how the fuck do they know how to emulate it properly? Anyone fill me in on that?
My God, Elijah, do you know what you're saying? That explosion killed half the world's population.
Damn.
I moved all the materials and records essential to the Bioroid project into the shelter and executed my plan on June 6th. After sealing off the lab, I brought the two of you with me to the underground shelter, and we entered a cryogenic sleep. But not before I programmed an atmospheric research satellite to transmit a wake signal when the danger from Lucifer Alpha had passed.
But why did he preserve me though? If he wanted to kill me, wouldn't he sabotage the cryopod? Did I just miss something there? Also, what is it with Japanese media and evil old men in wheelchairs? It's pretty convincing though.
And 10 years later, Lucifer Alpha naturally mutated into a non-toxic form.
But the automatic revival system failed to work.
Oh no, it worked. Just as planned. It revived me 10 years later. A little sooner than the two of you, of course.
But even though you sealed the lab with the explosion and everything, you should have been exposed. Why weren't you?
Oh, I was. But by that time, the vaccine L-Angels had already been developed.
So everything went just as you planned it then?
Yes, up until that point. But my real struggle was yet to come. My original plan was to revive Jamie as well, and for the two of us to finish the development of the bioroids. You, Gillian, you were to stay asleep forever. But I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Not after looking at Jamie's peaceful face there in the pub.
Dude, this is so good. So he has depth as well, and he has some kind of moral framework, which makes him much more compelling character. Like, even this fucking horrible person has a bit of good in his heart. And like Solzhenitsyn said, who is the apex writer on communism, the line between good and evil cuts through the heart of every man. This is a fucking genius-ass game, bro.
Odd. Besides, I could never have convinced her to work with me on the project anyway.
Makes sense.
I knew the time was not yet right, so I changed the timers of your pods to permanent on.
How could you do such a thing?
And so for the next 40 years, I worked alone in that cold and lonely room under the Kremlin, trying to complete the artificial skin for the Snatchers. For days and days, no one would visit me. I never saw the sun or felt the changing of the seasons.
Feel sorry for him.
Still, I always had Jamie by my side. You were always there for me to talk to. Just you and I for 40 years in that dark cellar.
This is so
good.
good.
Oh, you poor, poor man.
And then, 3 years ago, my research was finally completed. First, I snatched the Siberian Special Investigative Forces to establish a transport route for the Snatchers. And then, to test the effect of large-scale snatch operations, I chose Neo-Kobe City to be my experimental sample. Neo-Kobe is cut off from the surrounding areas, a sort of miniature country in itself, making it a perfect test site. And since it's a melting pot of various races, it would also allow me to gather extensive data on Snatcher modification and operational techniques. In addition, the element of suspicion or mistrust, which runs deep in Japanese culture, was another reason I chose this site.
But your test revealed a critical flaw in your machine's artificial skin.
Yes, quite unexpected, I'm afraid. All my research for 40 years. I gathered data and worked day and night to find a solution, but nothing seemed to work.
So that's why you decided to bring Professor Modner here, right?
That's correct. I discovered my father in one of the government's hospitals. He was old, but still very sound of mind. Naturally, he would not cooperate with me.
Of course not. He'd never become involved in something like that.
So, unable to
But so his dad was a good guy? Like, what the fuck was his dad developing from the beginning?
receive his assistance, I decided that I had to have yours. But a mistake on my part allowed both you and Gillian to be taken into custody by the authorities first.
Just what are you trying to accomplish, Elijah? You must know you can never get Jamie back.
I'm only interested in discovering what I can of the human animal. In the past, it was because of Jamie. My motive is different now.
It sounds like you're just suffering from the wild arrogance that corrupts so many scientists.
And no more boner.
Humans are such weak creatures. No matter how much they trust one another, the tiniest speck of suspicion can destroy it all.
Themes of
Look at how the
paranoia.
Snatcher problem has caused such wild unrest. No matter how much science advances or how high we set our ideals, we eventually begin to suspect each other.
This is a criticism of mass migration. This game is fucking awesome. Themes of paranoia, distrust, division, like xenophobia, fear of the unknown. It's fucking good, man. It's really, really, really good.
To hate each other and then to kill each other. The Snatchers.
Socialism, cynicism, governments purposefully creating unrest in order to have a reason to obtain power, however they choose to do it. This game has everything.
Nothing more than a tool for bringing out this reaction. I am simply using the Snatchers to elicit the true nature of the human animal. I think this experiment has shown me the limits of human society. I sincerely doubt it will be able to reach any greater level of prosperity on its own. If human society ever hopes to reach greater heights, what is needed is an absolute leader, a firm ruler who isn't affected by these trivial episodes of mistrust.
You're crazy if you think people would ever obey Snatchers.
Of course they wouldn't. But if they don't know, they cannot object. There has been a time in every age that the people have longed for a god to lead them.
All you need is a fucking metal detector and they're sussed.
As long as they give the people no reason to suspect them, then they can easily become their gods. Indeed, a new race of super beings. We are almost there. Once we perfect the artificial skin, Snatchers will transcend man to become this planet's true human beings.
But you'll never get your perfect skin now. Professor Modner is dead.
I no longer have any use for my father. I have a sample of the new skin he developed. Once I've analyzed it, I'll be able to make as much as I need. Or if need be...
Why wasn't his dad helping him? Like, isn't his dad a bad guy? He has to be if he was developing that shit. I don't understand this point. And before he said he didn't need his dad, he needed Jamie. But now he got something from his dad. How does that work?
We could simply culture the keratinized cells, epithelial cells, and melanocytes in the quantities that we need.
What are you talking about? How could you get a sample of perfected artificial skin?
Why don't you take a look at this? We found this in the rubble of Queen's Hospital.
Oh, shit.
Random.
Oh, an acquaintance of yours?
He's a Snatcher?
That term isn't exactly accurate.
I swear to God, earlier on, there was some evidence that said he was a Snatcher anyways, we looked at. And then no one just even looked at it. I don't fucking understand. I swear they said that earlier at some point, right?
This bioroid was constructed by my father without my knowledge. He modeled it after me in my youth.
So what, his dad won't give him won't give him the keys to making this skin that's immune to UV rays, but he built that? Because someone clarify what the dad is, the relationship is, and what he does.
He built it right here in this facility. And not only that, he programmed it to destroy Snatchers. This bioroid caused me...
How is the dad in this facility? Because it's his plan to take... Well, no, yeah, the people who make these things, they want to take over the world. Maybe I released I made the explosion for some reason, well, just to try to stop it. For some reason, the dad survived. He said he went into cryo, but where was the dad in the cryo? He said, but no, then the dad maybe didn't go into cryo because he gets older, and so he's super old. So the dad survived. Where was he? He said he's in a hospital. What? He was injured he was just always been in a hospital the whole time. But then he said that the dad made this. I thought the dad was in a hospital and he got him out of the hospital. How the fuck has dad made that random guy cyborg if he was in hospital? And why wouldn't he help his son out? I don't understand this. Why wouldn't he help his son out with the skin if they're doing the same shit? It's not because he's incapable and injured, because he made that.
Serious difficulties. It's designed and built far better than my Snatchers. The machine itself thought it was human. My father input memories for it all the way back to childhood. Those two were apparently mine. Haven't you yet realized? Random Hajil is Elijah Modner spelled backwards. How like my father, silly old man. He did virtually overnight what I could not do in 40 years of effort. Furthermore, he makes a bioroid so perfect, even the bioroid itself believes itself to be real. What's more, the cells of the skin he developed are self-replicating. Once in place, no further transplants or culturing is necessary.
Is he dead?
Its main and locomotive systems are completely shut down. It's just scrap now. But the artificial skin is being kept alive. This we need. With this, we can move to phase 2 of our plan.
Why is he benevolent?
Full-scale infiltration of the world's major nations.
The summit's already over. You'll never succeed.
What does the summit matter? Nothing holds us back now that we have this perfect skin. We can go anywhere we want, and there will be no way to tell us apart. I will have free control over the world. Nothing will be able to stop me. Politics and free thought will no longer have any meaning. My will alone will decide the course of human history.
We're already here, bro.
You egomaniac. Do you think you can snatch the entire population?
There's a fully automated Snatcher factory under the Kremlin. Even as we speak, scores of new Snatchers are being born.
But no matter how hard you try, you won't be able to snatch the people's heart and soul. What do you hope to gain from this anyway?
Jamie, the human race is composed of fools. But I'm different. I will be its savior. Indeed, not just of mankind, but of all life on the planet.
I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Metal!
In 10 minutes, this church will be struck by a phased particle beam. I am guiding the beam from the attack satellite using GPS and 15 navigational satellites. The beam cannot miss. Everything in a 2 to 3 kilometer radius from me will be destroyed.
Thanks, Metal.
Stop this foolishness now. I will not have my research destroyed by some souped-up pocket calculator.
Metal, what happened at the summit?
The delegates, worried about the Snatcher menace, voted unanimously to allow the use of nuclear weapons on the city. The military is presently imposing a quarantine on Neo-Kobe.
What? Do they intend to kill everybody?
The populace is in a state of panic. However, they have agreed to lift the quarantine if this church is struck by the phased particle beam. This is our last chance. I will handle things here. Gillian, Jamie, you two must flee.
You insignificant mass of metal. You'll never...
One move and I detonate. Gillian, run!
True hero, that
Metal,
thing.
this is crazy!
We can't let a single Snatcher get out of here. And this new artificial skin has to be destroyed as well.
Hero.
I will not allow some talking scrap pile to get away with this. If you were the aiming point for the beam, then I'll just have you thrown out of here. Grab this little one and take him out of here.
Not today, bitch.
Metal!
Cowardly little robot.
You always were a real pain in the butt.
What's that?
Oh my lord, so he's a good Snatcher?
What? How did... You're supposed to be deactivated.
I don't go down that easy, old man.
Stop this foolish...
Shut up! Let's try to make our final moments peaceful, shall we? And you Snatchers, you touch the little guy and the old man's head comes off. Random! I've always hated being used. Why don't you watch the final act with me?
Gillian, you only have 5 minutes. The turbo cycle is just outside on standby. Use that to flee.
Let me go.
I'm Elijah Modner. I'm your original.
I don't care if I'm an original or a copy or what. You and I are gonna die right here. If we both die, there won't be a copy anymore now, will there?
The stupid logic of a simpleton, of a machine.
Whatever it is, it's my will.
Machines have no will. Machines cannot sacrifice themselves.
We'll see about that.
You have 4 minutes. You must go. And don't forget to take care of the factory under the Kremlin.
Stop!
Gillian, even if these memories in my head are fiction...
Yeah, I know what you mean. Our memories of our time together are all too real, Random.
Gillian, you become one hell of a junker.
Gillian, it has been most recreational being your partner.
Oh, Metal!
If you can, try to pick up the pieces for me, okay? Like we did for Little John.
Little John? Oh! Okay, Metal.
Hurry! You only have 3 minutes.
Been most
Thanks.
recreational.
Thanks, you two.
It's a brilliant
Jamie,
script.
come on.
He's such a good foil to Gillian as well. He's a robot, so he uses the robot vocab, but he's very human as well.
No! Don't let her go! No!
You pathetic old fool. You don't even know how to love someone.
You stupid machine. What is that idiotic grin supposed to mean?
By snatching you, I'm finally gonna get my real self back.
Random, there's less than 1 minute to go. Thanks to you, everything will be fine.
You don't owe me any thanks. Sorry to get you involved in such a big job. You did great. You're a hell of a junker.
3, 2, 1, here it comes!
Later, kid!
Oh shit!
Airport Division has completed boarding. 7th Mechanized Infantry Team has completed boarding. 17th Special Engineering Squad report for boarding immediately.
So you're really going, aren't you?
It's our responsibility, too. Besides, if I go to Moscow, I may get some of my memory back. And if that happens, I'll be able to love you even more than I do now. Wait for me. I want to be with you, but first I've got to destroy this terrible factory of theirs. Jamie, when I get back, let's try living together again. What do you say?
13th Special Operations Squad and all junker personnel report immediately for departure.
We'll be waiting for you, too.
Katrina! Mika! You're
Mate,
here too?
threesome?
You better be happy, Buster, with all these beautiful women seeing you off.
I'm happy you came. Let me introduce my wife.
Jamie Seed. I suppose it's a little odd introducing myself a second time, though.
What do you mean? You've never met them before, have you?
What are you talking about, Gillian? We're good friends.
Huh? Since when?
It's the first time I've met her in person, but I've spoken with her on the video phone a lot of times.
What? Have you guys been talking about me behind my back?
Huh? Mate, Jamie and Mika together? I mean, Jamie's so fucking hot though. Wait, he's saying that with his wife? What the fuck? It's a shame. No, oh man, fucking hell, from lovers to sisters. Okay, fine. Oh, that's sweet. There's some mad like harem, how do you pronounce it, going on here. Like he's tried to shag all of these women. He just ended up with Jamie, but now his wife is with this 18-year-old girl he tried to basically shag in the shower. I don't fucking know, man. This game is absolutely insane. Wow, this is like the babe house. Even still, he's hitting on her. This is fucking... Man, there's nothing like this game. It's completely insane.
So have they finalized what they're going to do about junker operations? I suppose this will end up being our last mission, huh?
Well, originally they were planning on disbanding the team, but now they've decided to keep us in business.
So that means...
That's right. We've been designated as one of the government's special police divisions. That puts us above the regular cops.
So the government has decided that crime by machines poses a bigger threat than crime by humans from here on out, huh?
They've chosen the new chief, too.
Basically immigrants, that's what it means.
Meet the new head honcho.
Well, it's comforting to know I've got a place I can come back to.
I hope it ends here, because it'll be a good ending. Mika still harbors hope. This is basically my mistress right here, and you know it's going to happen with Gillian. There's no way these women would be so nice. Jamie only wants to live with Katrina because she knows what Gillian's like and she wants to destroy her. It's this intrigue that women engage in rather than direct physical confrontation. Mate, Mika is so hot.
And I'll forgive you for that little incident, all right?
When you get back from this job, you still have a dinner date to keep with me, you know.
Don't worry. I won't forget my promises to either of you. Oops, almost forgot. Of course, I want to spend some private moments with my wife, too, huh? What's wrong, Jamie?
Bro, like Mika's still asking me out on a date, like in front of my fucking wife. This is something else.
Harry and I will be waiting for you to get home.
That's Harry's hat.
We can do it this time, Gillian. Not some fake couple like before.
But Mika's just asked me on a date and I've agreed to it. Mate, we've got the fucking dream set up here, man.
But with love and trust.
I know, Jamie.
Take care, Gillian.
Love and trust from Jamie and just lust from Mika.
I'll see you, Jamie.
Wait for me. Take me with you.
No kissy whisk?
You? Metal?
Yes, sir. We didn't have a good frame to work with, so this is just a temporary body. Just call me Metal Gear, Sega-cd for now.
So they found your memory chip in one piece, eh?
Voice actor got an extra $100 for this addition to the Sega CD version.
From the blast of the beam.
Random, huh? Wait a second. I've heard that sneeze somewhere before.
Really? I didn't hear anything. Anyway, I want to know if you'll take me with you. Please, Gillian, please take me with you.
Hurry up and get on board, partner.
Yes, sir, Gillian.
Goosebumps. This is so good. Mate, this has made my fucking Christmas, this game. Holy shit. It's mental that he's literally promising a date with Mika. Like, he has his pick. Everything is mad in this game. And it leaves it open like that. It's open-ended. It's perfect. Where is the sequel to this game? Man, we need a fucking sequel to this. It's all fucking opened up, man, in Moscow.
Throughout history, suspicion has always bred conflict. The real conflict, though, resides in people's hearts.
I said it's ᴘᴛ. That's what influenced that part.
This conflict has just begun.
Bro. It's kind of good they reined in Kojima, though. It's a little bit abrupt, but still works. Like, it felt... Let's do it. Draw a line under it there. Bro, this is one of my favourite games ever. Brilliant. Just brilliant, man. Oh my god, it's fucking him! Dude! He's the fucking... Dude, he's the guy who did Metal Gear Solid's translation. That's why this game is so... Man, okay, wait, hold up. So this guy, we've been chatting on X because I played Metal Gear and he was the guy who translated the Japanese of Metal Gear into English. And that's the... Without this guy, Metal Gear wouldn't have been half of what it was because he didn't just translate it like for like. If you do that in Japanese, you lose everything. He actually did it in a way that would make sense in English and for the Western market. And he essentially copywrote it and helped to shape the kind of spirit and narrative of the game. This guy's a fucking genius. So I did a review of Metal Gear and I sent it to him and we were talking about it and stuff. Then after Metal Gear 1, Kojima had ultimate control and he basically got rid of this dude for a guy who would give a more literal translation. That's why the translations in later Metal Gears are so crappy. And dude, all throughout this game, I was thinking, why is this so brilliant, this narrative? And I guessed it. I said, it seems as if the narrative was kind of written by one dude. There's no kind of committee fucking it up, which is what happened with the later Metal Gears. It's this guy. This is what, man, this dude, we need him involved in modern media and modern games because he'll fucking fix this shit. Wherever this guy's involved, he's the ultimate translator from Japanese to English and he just makes it all make sense and he makes it good. This is one of the main reasons why Snatcher is wicked, and I was right that this guy was a genius because I love Metal Gear so much because of his work, and I felt all the way through this game something special, and it's the same thing I felt in Metal Gear. This is one of the most unsung heroes of all time, like in 3D gaming or modern gaming, because this is 2D, but this guy's a legend. Look him up and follow him on X, man. Fucking hell, man. This is such a hidden gem, this game, Snatcher. Unbelievable.
Sub00 says, I think I need to play this Hadder. The storytelling in this is fantastic. 1988.
That guy, Blaustein.
7060 says yes, when Benson first met Gillian he said haven't we met somewhere? Apostrophe. Kimnorth 7060 says definitely. I think it deserves a mini-series. A movie I'm not sure as they would have to compromise too much with the 2-hour limit.
Yeah.
Milkatima
They could do
says, I gotta go on the roof and do roof stuff. I don't want to go on the roof and do roof stuff. Be right back. Milkatima Kesting says, Nixon. Sud00 says, in Futurama Fry wake up a billionaire. Bradublia says, here they take the property your children were supposed to get through Medicaid to pay for your nursing home and end-of-life expenses. Blackstone buys above market with tax money to rent to taxpayer. Slub69 says lol this is ridiculous. Bradublia says, anything but Jesus. Kim North 7060 says, there is Shintoism too. It's the state religion. They
Yeah,
do have
it's different though.
spiritualism. Their poets such as Basho reflected a lot upon impermanence of life and fleeting beauty. Kim North 7060 says, Japanese didn't believe in God the same way the West does, but they believed in appreciating the blessings in life. For example, when they say there are 7 gods in rice, they don't literally mean 7 gods. Kim North 7060 says they mean there are many processes involved before you could enjoy the rice, the farmer, the soil, water, the transportation etc. Kim North 7060 says he caused so much damage because he fell in love with Jamie. Imagine if he had met someone hotter like Mika.
Yeah.
Says, anyone wanna guess the 2 Japanese cities that had the highest Christian populations? Kim North 7060
Osaka.
says yeah, there are some plot holes. The only interpretation I have is Modna punched Jillian by keeping him asleep forever. Kim North
Sapporo.
7060 says not punched, punished. BrWR says, life used to be so much more fun before the internet and everyone had a HD camera on them.
Yeah.
Milkatima Kesting says help, I am stuck on the roof lol. BrWR says, really? See Milky, no one wants a battle ostrich until you need a battle ostrich. Milkatima
There's a
Kesting
Capcom
says
game with that.
ostrich are not ladders. Milkatima Kesting says no my boy. BrWR says you got off the roof yet? BrWR says is metal going full Taliban. Milkatima Kesting says ladder recovered. Roof abandoned.
She's
BrWR
alive.
says, real bad man. Milkatima
Real
Kesting
bad man.
says, my boy.
Yes.
Again. BrWR
Real
says,
bad man.
Snatcher Rod Stewart. Milkatima Kesting says don't ruin him for me Brad. BrWR says, apologies. Milkatima Kesting says, Jillian is like Lil Jon, what the hell is that Lmao? BrWR says, cue Bruce Willis music, I don't wanna close my eyes. I don't wanna fall out cause I'll miss you baby. Sud00 says, looks like the Thunderbird ship. Milkatima Kesting says no lol. BrWR says, what on earth is an Act 4? Milkatima Kesting says we definitely have time for this lol. Garivon Mabach 8651 says just went to PayPal, they want a photo ID to set up a new account, not comfortable with that. BrWR says, Jamie's got a gun. Milkatima Kesting says where Brad? BrWR says, it's a song. Milkatima Kesting says, I know but that outfit is not letting up for concealed carry. BrWR says, there's always a way. Mark LO says, is there going to be another KF hot dog team up in the future? Milkatima Kesting says, God this is awful Mayo. Milkatima Kesting says this is supposed to be bad right? Sud00 says, no way. Milkatima Kesting says well he worked on Silent Hill 3 so go play it already. Milkatima Kesting says, Sapporo and Osaka, IT was Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Port cities, Johnny.
Blaustein worked on Silent Hill 3. Gary, what about logging into YouTube then on the Streamlabs page? Yeah, you've got to give an ID to be with them, mate. But that, yeah. But that makes it harder to get frauded, right? That's it. No little booba Easter egg. I thought they'd put a picture of like Jamie at the end or Mika or something. That's it. That's it, y'all. Wow, that was a great gaming experience, man. Fucking fun. Met some fun people along the way as well. Ooh, that was very great.
BrWR says, so what's in Act 4?
He goes to Moscow, Cuzzy, to find out his memories. Mate, thanks everyone for joining me for that. If you liked it, please consider donating on the links to the right of my head. I'm going to probably go off and do a 2-hour run now because I got to do it.
BrWR says Milky knows what's up.
Thank you so much, everyone. Gary, hit us up on the Discord, yeah? We'll sort shit out.
Casting says you probably would have gone to the Kremlin and skipped the part where everyone acted like they had no soul, lol. Brodwr says, so Russian booba.
I feel there's more booba in the Kremlin. There's going to be some more babes over there for Gillian. What the fuck at the end with Mika and his wife? Okay, so I should do like a sneaky review, right? I mean, okay, Snatcher on the Sega CD, originally released in 1988. It's a text-based adventure. It's one of the progenitors to point and click. I feel like it influenced some of the greatest point and click games ever, such as Monkey Island and stuff. It's essentially a fan fiction parallel narrative to Blade Runner, with massive influences also from Terminator and Snatcher, the science fiction movie regarding astral horror. And it's by Hideo Kojima. It's also the progenitor to Metal Gear. Metal Gear, there's a character in it called exactly that. And that robot is in later Metal Gear games. And it's a science fiction noir game. The gameplay is limited to just going through different selectable text options and a shooting part, which is a nice juxtaposition. They dovetail very well and complement each other. The voice acting is brilliant. The story is great. It's obviously a bit convoluted, as is the way with Kojima, but because this is earlier in his career and he couldn't be as self-indulgent as he had license to be later, I felt it was just on the edge of respectability and understandability, to coin a phrase. And it really, really works because it's translated by Blaustein, the guy who translated Metal Gear, who was later removed from that project because Kojima wanted a more literal translation, which in my opinion messes up the narrative. That guy really made it all work. The graphical style is fucking awesome. It is the core of the modern day nostalgic kind of vaporwave pixel art universe, which you see in memes and you see on X and on Instagram. Often these images have a soundtrack of something kind of 80s or yacht rock. And if you like the kind of vaporwave aesthetic and retro pixely aesthetic, this is the game. This is the game for that. The illustrations, it's the first thing that your brain absorbs before the sound and the narrative and any of that. And I feel that's really the crux of where everything good from this game blossoms, is the amazing pixel art. The narrative, we got to give it credit because that inspired the pixel art. The music is brilliant. It's a little bit short and repetitive, but it's because it's a quite an old game. Music I absolutely loved. It comes in at all the right spots and just helps to elevate the mood and the tension. It's quite B-movie, and as I said while I was playing the game, I think that works well in its favor, because if it took itself seriously, it would just be far more ridiculous. I love the kind of boys club locker room talk. The main character's hitting on all the birds and the girls in this game. They're all super hot. And the parts I didn't like is where you have to do certain things before options become available. You'll go into a room and you'll click on look at this thing and it will say there's nothing there, and you have to go into another room and look at something else and go back to the same room and then you can look at it. That doesn't make sense. I felt they could have got rid of that. But other than that, it's really decent. The only part I felt the narrative nearly went off the rails was when you discovered how the Snatchers, which is the game's version of the replicants in Blade Runner, traverse the cityscape underground through these tunnels, and one of them goes into this room, and it's all a little bit overly elaborate, but it's still okay. And the ending was very, very insane, but nowhere near as insane as Metal Gear. So wow, as someone who likes pixel art stuff and the old point and click things and ranks Blade Runner as his favorite movie, and this game is up there for me, man. It's at least a 9 out of 10. It could be a 10 out of 10. I mean, fucking hell, bruv. I say 9.5 out of 10 for this one. A hidden gem of epic proportions that I cannot believe is not even in the public eye all today in the form of some kind of niche or cult scene. No one ever talks about this game. fucking brilliant. There you go, my review of Snatcher.
BrWR says, I think Kojima gets post-nut clarity near the end of writing. Milkatima Kesting says, yeah, the Mika thing was just the women and people Japanese male fantasy lol. Milkatima Kesting says, they all acted weird at the end or it's trauma bonding over everything that happened lol.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, we had to sort it up somewhere. So thanks a lot, everyone. See you tomorrow, I guess. We're going to go back and finish all the games we didn't finish during Christmas. That includes King of Kings, the early years, James Pond, Robocod, and there was another one. There was another game. What the fuck? What was it? It's gonna be painful. What was it? It was. Oh my God, The Grinch, God forbid, and Duke Nukem. There's a whole bunch of games we're going to have to go back to. Lord have mercy, yeah. 4 more games. I mean, the 12 Days of Christmas, we call the series, but there's actually after Christmas, so this is very appropriate. It's like the mirrored 12 Days of Christmas. It's basically an advent calendar that goes on too late as well. The Grinch, James Pond, Robocod, Duke Nuclear Winter, and King of Kings, the early years. We're going to be doing all of those games, so make sure you tune in for that, some more fun. And then after that, we're probably going to do Holy Diver, that fucking difficult game, or Super Ghouls and Ghosts, possibly. We're well up for doing some story-based games, and even modern games, the Japanese ones that are translated, where you date women and try to get a girl, and there's all these multiples. It's less, not much gameplay, but it's more story-driven. If anyone has any recommendations about that kind of stuff, I'd love to hear it. I do like the classic pixel art ones, but I'm up for modern ones as well. That should be really fun. So thank you, everyone. Hope you're having a good holiday season. Much love, take care, and see you tomorrow. Think of me on my 2-hour punishing run. Cheers.